Louisiana and Texas. We don't cut corners, and we adhere to the highest standards, ensuring that every building we construct is built to last. When you choose Mallett Buildings, you're choosing a company with real credentials, real experience, and a proven commitment to quality. We've built for families, businesses, farms, and more, all with the same dedication to excellence that's been our hallmark for over 25 years. So when a company tells you they're offering a long warranty, ask yourself this: where will they be in 10 years? If they disappear, so does your warranty. Here at Mallett, you know we'll be here, just like we've always been. At the end of the day, a warranty is only as good as the company that stands behind it. Choose the name that's been trusted for decades. Choose Mallett Buildings. When you're ready to invest in a building that lasts, call us and let's get started. At Mallett Buildings, we've been proudly serving our community for over 25 years. When it comes to building structures that last, experience matters. You've probably seen some companies offering long warranties, 10 years or more. But here's something important to consider. Can a company without a long track record truly back that up? It's easy to make promises, but what really counts is the ability to deliver, not just now, but 5, 10, or even 20 years down the line. If a company hasn't been around for very long, what happens if they go out of business before the end of their 10-year warranty? What happens to your warranty then? The answer is simple. You're left with nothing. No support, no repairs, no protection. You've essentially been robbed of the protection you were promised. At Mallett Buildings, we've been here for the long haul, with over 2 decades of experience. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and countless satisfied customers who can tell you, when we say we offer a 10-year workmanship warranty, we've proven it time and time again. And if something goes wrong years from now, we'll still be here, ready to make it right. Our customers trust us because we don't just build structures, we build long-lasting relationships. We use only the highest quality materials, kiln-dried, ground-treated lumber, and MCA ground-treated posts with lifetime warranties. That's why our buildings are designed to stand strong for decades, and why we can confidently stand behind our warranties. And don't forget, we're a state-licensed contractor with licensed engineers right here in Louisiana and Texas. We don't cut corners, and we adhere to the highest standards, ensuring that every building we construct is built to last. When you choose Mallett Buildings, you're choosing a company with real credentials, real experience, and a proven commitment to quality. We've built for families, businesses, farms, and more, all with the same dedication to excellence that's been our hallmark for over 25 years. So when a company tells you they're offering a long warranty, ask yourself this: where will they be in 10 years? If they disappear, so does your warranty. Here at Mallett, you know we'll be here, just like we've always been. At the end of the day, a warranty is only as good as the company that stands behind it. Choose the name that's been trusted for decades. Choose Mallett Buildings. When you're ready to invest in a building that lasts, call us and let's get started. At Mallett Buildings, we've been proudly serving our community for over 25 years. When it comes to building structures that last, experience matters. You've probably seen some companies offering long warranties, 10 years or more. But here's something important to consider. Can a company without a long track record truly back that up? It's easy to make promises, but what really counts is the ability to deliver, not just now, but 5, 10, or even 20 years down the line. If a company hasn't been around for very long, what happens if they go out of business before the end of their 10-year warranty? What happens to your warranty then? The answer is simple. You're left with nothing. No support, no repairs, no protection. You've essentially been robbed of the protection you were promised. At Mallett Buildings, we've been here for the long haul, with over 2 decades of experience. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and countless satisfied customers who can tell you, When we say we offer a 10-year workmanship warranty, we've proven it time and time again. And if something goes wrong years from now, we'll still be here, ready to make it right. Our customers trust us because we don't just build structures, we build long-lasting relationships. We use only the highest quality materials, kiln-dried, ground-treated lumber, and MCA ground-treated posts with lifetime warranties. That's why our buildings are designed to stand strong for decades, and why we can confidently stand behind our warranties. And don't forget, we're a state-licensed contractor with licensed engineers right here in Louisiana and Texas. We don't cut corners, and we adhere to the highest standards, ensuring that every building we construct is built to last. When you choose Mallett Buildings, you're choosing a company with real credentials, real experience, and a proven commitment to quality. We've built for families, businesses, farms, and more, all with the same dedication to excellence that's been our hallmark for over 25 years. So when a company tells you they're offering a long warranty, ask yourself this: where will they be in 10 years? If they disappear, so does your warranty. Here at Mallett, you know we'll be here, just like we've always been. At the end of the day, a warranty is only as good as the company that stands behind it. Choose the name that's been trusted for decades. Choose Mallett Buildings. When you're ready to invest in a building that lasts, call us.
Tired of gimmicks and spooky tricks? At Mallett Buildings, we don't need to raise prices from the dead or play games with your budget, but we will gladly bury any high prices that come your way. At Mallett Buildings, we're committed to keeping things straightforward, matching any written quote from a competitor, and making sure high prices get buried once and for all. Mallett Buildings, built with pride.
Hello, Lee Mallett from Mallett Buildings. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. We've got a pretty good show. We're going to talk about my presentation is going to be the history of post-frame construction. So I'm going to get into that, and I'm going to also jump into what occurred since we started 26 years ago, where we went from where we were at to where we are today. Okay, and so but let's start out with the specials today. As you remember, $500 discount against all these military personnel, healthcare workers, educators, first responders. That's what we do. That's giving back to the community. You realize that. What other group is doing this? We have decided, we give back to the community in a lot of ways. And I'm going to get to some of the other things we did just this week. Because I think that the fact that we give back is a reason why you should do business with Mallett Buildings. The more you give to me, the more I can help our community. And we help from Sulphur all the way to Baton Rouge. We're involved in so many things. But hey, came out with this about last week. This week, we're finishing up this week, any veteran gets a $500 on top of that's one of my specials. So you got 500 plus 500, you got 1,000. Okay? And then you get 1,000 if you type in cash. So that's a $2,000 cash discount that we're going to give to you if you buy a building with us if you're a veteran. Okay? Next week I'll pick another. It may be education. I don't know who I'll pick next week. I'll pick somebody else. Okay? Giving back to the community. Giving back to the community. Mallett Buildings gives back to the community. Let's make that quite clear. All the time. Not every once in a while or once a year. All the time. Okay? This is our special till Thanksgiving. We're going to take $3,000 off an elite building, $2,000 off a signature building, $1,000 off any value building. Now, if you type in cash, I'll add 2, 3, 4. If you're a veteran, 5, 4, 3. Cash off the top of the building. Nobody else is doing this except us. In fact, nobody does this either. If you want to know, but I think I'm the only one in the United States that does this. Goes live, talks to my customers. I've got 2 deals I'm going to work on. I make deals. Why deal with them? You can call the owner. I'm the owner of this company. You want to make a deal, get on this thing, come to me and let me will and deal with you, because they can't. They're just salespeople. And you got my cell number on top of that. But anyway, that's our special, okay? Right now, one more building next week. You buy 30 by 50 or bigger on an elite building, I'm going to upgrade you to Dutch Lap. I think we have some other pictures of the inside, don't we? Later on? Okay. Anyway, it's really pretty. It looks more cosmetic, looks more residential. I think the ladies would love it. That's 2 cabins, you know, and you're welcome. You know, anytime you want to come see what you can do at post-frame construction, unlike some people who don't have nothing to show you. I have a lot of ambassadors, but I have a lot of buildings at Calistoga Ranch. Event centers, suites, cabins, riding arena, horse stalls. I got it all. You're welcome to come see, to get you some ideas, and we'd love to show you our place, because everything we do out there is built to show people what you can do at post-frame, and it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, Mallett Elite Buildings. What separates us? It's this. Nobody sells this except us. 3-foot truss spacing. Nobody's doing that. 9-foot post, nobody's doing it. 5 and 12 stand. Nobody's doing that. 2x8 scissor trusses. Nobody's doing that. I go down the line of all the things in this building, and nobody else is doing it in the entire nation. To my knowledge, nobody. Why? They're stuck on just selling what they want. They're not trying to improve these buildings, which we are. Look, 2 or 3 weeks ago, we started adding control joints. As you watched me yesterday, I talked about control joints. Well, that's a standard in the elite building. That's why the elite building costs money. It's because of what we're doing with the building. It's what you can do with this building. It has everything from your wind loads, you know, access. You have access to me all the time. But everything, just if you look at what's in this building and do a comparison, there's no comparison. You know, none whatsoever. They don't do this, and they're never going to do that. That's why we sell 3 types of buildings. We've got that value, which basically is a 2x6 truss, very, very similar to what they do, all my competitors, but they don't even do what the Signature does. Now, they just want to sell you something, not sell you something that you're going to be very, very happy with, and is going to take care of you for the rest of your life. Okay. Price match special this week, Southern Buildings. We'll have a little ad over here in a few minutes. We'll talk about them in a few minutes. But right now, you get a quote from these guys. I'm going to be about $3,000. Now, let me tell you what they started. They're so scared to put their quote to you because of this, they now will not put it in writing. So let me tell you what you do. There's 2 ways to stop this. Tape the phone call. I'm going to say in writing or tape phone call, and I'll match it and beat it by $3,000. Or, if you'd like, I'll go to their house. We'll bring us both there. Let's have a bidding war. Let's get you the best deal. Let's get it on. So you see, they're playing a little game. They don't want to write any. They don't want to get up there and tell you a price because they're scared to death of this. Well, let me tell you what you do. Tape it. That's legal in Louisiana. Tape the phone call. I'll use that just so it's a written bid. So now they're going to scramble now how they're going to get around this now, because I'm going to tell you, there's 3 ways to stop these guys so that you get the best deal, because my objective is to get you the best deal and save you $3,000. They've earned that from me. But anyway, next. Let's see. Is she one of them? Yep, we got Miss Maxie. Okay, Miss Maxie, let me see what they did here. In-house. So, all right, Miss Maxie, they gave you $4,000. They gave you the Thanksgiving special. They gave you the in-house signing, so you saved $4,000. And if you typed in cash, she did? You just earned another $1,000, Miss Maxie. That's worth $1,000. So now but all our discounts, because you took advantage of all the sales that we do, you were able to deduct $5,000 on the elite building. Don't get with my guys. They're probably listening. So look, you ready to do that deal? Got to do this deal this week, no later than next week. But hey, got you another $1,000. So you took a $5,000 will be knocked off of it for you. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate the opportunity. Okay, next. All right. Let's get over this too. I did this yesterday. I got to keep telling because some people get carried away. Exclusive sale. Each weekly deal is designed as a special time-limited promotion to offer customers unique savings. So it's a time-stamped offer like this. Now, the Tiger Cash is all the time. But when the Thanksgiving special ends, it ends. And you can't buy a building. You can't, when that sale on December 1, you can't take that. We'll have to see what the other special is. All the specials are time limited, okay? Inventory and costs. Pricing depends on material costs and availability, which fluctuate, making each deal unique to its time frame. In other words, a lot of times I do these deals because I know the numbers, and I know that I've either made some deals with a manufacturer or something's happened that I can cut a deal. Customer fairness. To keep things fair for everyone, we stick to the schedule so all customers get equal access to these exclusive deals when they're available. Okay? If you have any questions, call one of the building specialists, or call me and I'll explain it to you. But I thought I would explain this. Okay? Next. All right. History of post-frame construction. In the beginning, and that's why I got the name. If you recall, when people talk about, we call them post-frame, but in the beginning, they were using posts. And actually, what they were using was this. In the 1930s, the earliest post-frame constructors used utility poles salvaged from power companies as vertical supports. That's where post-frame or pole barn came from. Okay? So every time people started, well, I want a pole barn, because they were poles. Yeah? They were widely available, they were inexpensive, and already treated to withstand the weather. So that's how it started in the 30s. Utility poles were round and irregular, which made alignment and uniformity a challenge in construction. But that's where it started, the construction of pole barn. And then we're going to move forward. Challenges with utility poles. Lack of consistency. Each piece varied in diameter because they started big and they went small, okay, causing issues with structural precision. Limited load-bearing capacity. Poles weren't always capable of bearing heavier loads, especially in large-scale or commercial buildings. They just didn't look worth the darn. You could tell it was a pole barn. Okay, we don't sell pole barns. I'm going to get to what we sell. Let's keep going to the history. So, as construction materials like metal siding and roofing gained popularity, the irregular shape of the poles made it hard to create seamless connections. That makes sense because they were never true. It wasn't a dimensional piece of lumber. Okay, by the 60s, the advancements in engineering materials led to the use of rectangular, pressure-treated wood posts as a replacement for poles. Now we changed the name from pole barn to post frame. A post being a dimensional piece of lumber square, a pole being round. It's not dimensional. Okay? The rectangular shape of posts allows them to have flat surfaces that provide full contact with connective structural elements, resulting in better stability and even distribution of forces throughout the structure. Everything was more true now. Okay? Since poles have natural inconsistency in thickness and shape, their structural integrity varies along their length. This inconsistency creates stress concentrations at thinner points, which can weaken the overall structure and make it more susceptible to buckling under a load. In those days, you could not get engineers to stamp these because of all the things I'm telling you. We had to go to dimensional lumber so that you could get some numbers for those engineers to be able to figure the actual loads. Okay? Posts resist torsional twisting and bending forces more effectively due to their symmetrical shape and even distribution of mass. Lateral forces from wind and uneven loads are more easily managed by the uniform cross-section of a post, which spreads out these forces. Okay? The National Frame Building Association, which I'm a member, I've been a member for many, many years, formed in 1969, helped standardize the use of posts instead of poles. Laminated posts introduced in the 1980s, MCA replaces other chemical treatments in 2004. Mallett building leads the Louisiana industry to this day. So that's the history of how we got to post frame. Now let's talk about Louisiana. Now these guys, let's make post frame construction great again. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. The only person that made it can't make it much greater than what's occurred. And I guess after being in 4 years and been just breaking laws left and right, I guess you'd put something like this. You know, they don't put a price. So let's go. Okay, the history of Louisiana. Back in the early 90s, the late 90s, when I got involved, because I was traveling around the country, I started seeing post frame in the Midwest, which was very predominant. So when I started, many, many years ago, the only people selling post frame down here was the Oklahoma people. And they were shipping that product down here with a 5x5, which also was not dimensional, only a 6x6 being dimensional. They were not true either. They were using 2x4 purlins, 2x4 girts. They were using 2x4 trusses. They were using all number 3 lumber on the purlins and girts. It was really cheap. And so what was happening at that time, people were buying them mainly for agriculture use, and they were cheap. But everything you got in it was cheap. They wouldn't put a slab in it. You had to put your own slab. They weren't licensed contractors. And if there was a problem with the building, guess what? You just got screwed because they weren't coming back. They weren't going to ride down here 900 miles to take care of it. That's what started when I decided to get in this. So when I got in this, in those days, I went to building the same product. And I didn't like it because it didn't meet our area. It doesn't meet our part of the world. And so the first thing I did, I went to 2x6 trusses instead of 2x4 trusses. We were still doing 10 feet. But so those first years, we changed the truss system to that. We got to number 2 lumber. We couldn't find number 3 lumber if we wanted to. So we were never using number 3. We started out using number 2 lumber, and we're using went to 2x6 trusses first. Another year went by. We decided to move into 2x6 girts and purlins, and I also went to the all-treated building. In fact, I went to the all-treated building first. Why? Because of the determinant situation. Now, back in those beginning days, there was a lot of competition between me and the steel people. And the steel people were on our butts because they would tell people, oh, they're putting that post in the ground, it's going to rot. Even though it had a manufacturer's warranty, they had a selling gimmick. Until about 3 years into the business, I located, and I'm the first one that brought them down here, I found post protectors. Now I had it. I was putting the pole in the ground, but it wasn't in the ground because the post protector protected the post. Okay? So I was the first one that ever brought that down here. Then we started putting skirt board cover on the 2x6. And as we kept going, the next thing that happened, after about 6 years, 7 years, we started using all wood screws. We quit using nails. We started using 4x4s on our windows and doors because what Oklahoma was doing, and they were my only competitors in those days, they were just using 2x6s and they were just framing out. I didn't like that. So we went to 4x4s. We switched over to 6x6s probably in about the 3rd or 4th year. It's a better post. And then to get engineering, I had to go to 6x6. Everybody else was still doing 5x5s. They were telling people a bunch of bull. But we were the first ones that went to 6x6s. I was the first one that did the all-treated lumber. The cable retention is something we designed and we created. Now, so when they sit up here and say, let's make post-frame construction great again, you know, they've been convicted of breaking the law, A. I spent the last 26 years really working hard, and any building they sell, they owe it to me because they wouldn't be like it is today when all the work we did in improving these buildings and going forward like we did. We were the beginning. It really took over the post frame in the South, in Louisiana, and actually into Texas. The others were copying me. And every time I did something, they copied. Now, they haven't copied. Now we're pushing into other things, and they're sticking with the value building, not sticking with trying to build an elite or even a signature building. Okay? We are constantly, like I said, constantly trying to improve. Now, they've been convicted. They've only been in business 4 years. So what is it they say? What's that? Go back. What are they going to do to make what are they going to do to make this great again? First of all, you don't need to make it great. We're making it great again every day. Every day, we're looking to improve that building, to make that building the best. I mean, I don't know what the hell that means. You know, some of the stuff they say tells you a lot about where they're thinking is, in my opinion. But folks, post frame is great today. And I'm going to take credit for it today. Because from 26 years, I constantly tried to improve it and make it the greatest and best building. And if you talk to the steel people, they'll tell you, yeah, that's the guy that got head up with us. Because we sell way more buildings than steel buildings. But we also have the ability to put them up a lot faster. Okay, and I'm not a fan of steel for a lot of reasons, and I always talk about that. I don't hide from that. Now, when you start talking about years in business And this is another reason why you saw me or you see me trying to improve these buildings. Look at the hurricanes that we have survived and went through. Now, if they listen to me and build it as I want, you're not going to lose your building. I don't engineer buildings to sit on top of a slab because that ain't going to hold. I buried those posts 3 feet in the ground. Now, what's going to happen, and remember this, only a tornado is what I cannot control. But we can design these buildings to take 140, 150 mile an hour wind loads, and they take it. Our cable retention system is probably one of the best things we ever came up with for uplift. Okay? But a tornado, I don't care who we are, what building we're in, that's a problem. But nobody, I'm talking about strictly hurricanes. If I get a direct hit by a tornado, I'm in trouble, and so are they. But our buildings can withstand a lot of pull uplift if they're trying to uplift things. Yeah? And that's how many hurricanes, that's how long I've been there. Compared to my one makes the post frame great again. They were started in 2021. They've only been through really one hurricane. And they're trying to compete with us? Not possible. So when they tell you they build what I build, that's not true. They don't have the experience, nor the quality of the materials, nor community involvement like we do, which I'll get to that shortly. All right, 5 red flags. I talk about this all the time. Why? Because I'm chairman of the State Contractors Board, and I see a lot of people hurt by this. We have changed the law. Remember, if they're not a state licensed contractor, they cannot build a new building. It's against the law. I changed the law. I did that I was very instrumental in getting that done. Why? Because I was tired of seeing people taking advantage of it. So we changed the law. Now you're going to be a licensed contractor. Okay? So look, go to the Secretary of State. That's how I research people. Secretary of State, years in business, tells you who the proper parties are. Go see what the licensure. You need for it to say a state licensed residential contractor building an accessory building or residential. If it's commercial, it needs to say building construction. Violations. I come up here every day. I show you all the guys that got those violations. You can do business with them if you'd like to, but it is a red flag. And if they get to you, don't call me. I'm warning everybody about it. Reviews. How many reviews do they have on the BBB, and what do those reviews say? I have over 500 on the BBB and on Google. Visit the contractor's facility. It is important, I believe, that you see who you're doing business with. Come meet the people you're doing business with. Come see their operation. Make sure you're not buying from somebody who's selling buildings out of a pickup truck. That's a red flag. Or, this is what's going to happen to you. This guy has been charged, but he was convicted by us on 22. He's only been in business 4 years. There's 3 red flags right here. Next one. There's another one. He got charged with contractor fraud. I hadn't been able to find anything else he got caught with, but he's charged. These 2 have been charged, and they were convicted, him 3 times by us. This is Brent Dugas, formerly SLPS. Y'all probably remember those ads. Look what happened. This one's Ranger Buildings. Look what happened. This is what you need to be careful of. These guys have all been convicted by the LSLBC. Southern Style, S&S Steel, Precision Metal, Ranger Buildings, Beck Industries, Reed's Metals. They've all been convicted. You can do business if you want to. I'm not telling you where to spend your money. I'm just warning you that you got a problem with these cats. The quality of their materials and the way they operate is not conducive for you. Not when they're doing stuff like this. Okay? Once again, price match special. Southern Buildings. Get a quote or take the phone call, or I'll go meet you wherever you're at, one of my people, and we'll go head up and make you the best deal. They won't beat me. I promise you. You get a $3,000 discount against this company. This company. Any written bid, any take call, all right, or meet on site for an appointment, I will beat it by $3,000. Before I walk up to your house, I say, well, you take your best shot. Take your best shot, Corey, David. Take 3. Before I open my mouth, take $2,000 off of it. That fast. That easy. So if you're going to buy, if you want to save $3,000, just bring it on. This is not going to stop, not where I stand. All right. Remember, military personnel, healthcare workers, educators, first responders, $500 discount. I'm giving back to the community when I do this, folks. Who else is doing this? Oh, I know some do, but no, I've expanded it because I believe first responders, educators, healthcare workers are important to our society, all important to our community. So when you see somebody give one little roof over here, I do this. This is every day. Every day. This sits for these people. Giving back to the community. Let's face it. And then every week I'm going to double up one of them. Like this week, it's veterans. I went 5. I made $1,000. Who else is doing this? That's giving back to the community. These people are part of our community. They're an important part of our community. They've sacrificed a lot. Whether you're a healthcare worker or whether you're a first responder, they're sacrificing for us. And surely they are too. So this week, if you're a veteran, $1,000, but every week it's $500. But this week, and they'll start a rotation. We'll pick somebody next week. It may be first responders. It may be healthcare workers. I don't know which one it is. But we will continue this because this is what I call giving back to the community. Not once a year. Every week. Every week. Every week. And I got some more stuff to tell you about giving back to the community. So if you're given a choice in this world, why would you choose to do business with someone who does not give back to the community like we do? We appreciate people that do business with us. That's why we can give back to the community. So I ask you to always consider that first. Do you give back to the community? What people do you help? Is it just a one-time deal to try to make yourself look good? Or are you doing it consistently? Are you really, really helping the community? Okay. $1,000, Tiger Cash. When I go live, come live, that's worth $1,000. Type Cash, I'm going to give you $1,000. I mean, any building. Okay? Here's our Thanksgiving special. Between now and Thanksgiving, you can buy the Elite building with a $3,000 discount, $2,000 on signature, $1,000 on the value. And when you add the Tiger Cash, 4, 3, 2. If you're a veteran, 5, 4, 3. Folks, nobody's going to beat me. It's impossible. I won't let them. It's not going to happen. So, and I bring them all. Just bring them all on. Apple stuff, bring them on. Just bring them on. I'm going to make you the best deal. Now, once again, I went over this about the reason there's exclusive savings, inventory costs, and customer fairness. So you can't take and buy a building 2 weeks ago, and when I run a special, oh, I want to get this. It don't work that way. It just doesn't work. Each week stands on its own. Okay? Now, I'll tell you about the Elite buildings. Nobody builds this building but me. And I'm always trying to find, I go to shows. I'm always trying to find more items, more product that I can make this building just better. I mean, here we go. Look at this. Wait till we start putting this in. I'm going to put a deal together. So I got to go to Baton Rouge tomorrow. I'm going to try to get back in time. But next week, I'm going to put together what we're getting ready to build. I'm going to show you a product that we're going to be doing in about 12 months because I had to order all the equipment. But we're putting in a big roll form plant. And we'll have 4 lines running metal. And the product I'm bringing in, I'll be the only one producing that product. And it's a pretty product. And you'll be amazed at some of the stuff I found out that I'm going to roll. You're going to change. That's what I say. At Mallett Buildings, we're always trying to be better than what we are. We do not try to just, well, that's it. That's all we're going to do. No, we're looking to improve, make things better, just make these things just so good that my competitors, steel, tubular, and these guys that try to do what I do just can't compete with us. And I do that on purpose. I'm a good big competitor. There's nothing wrong with competition. In fact, if they'd be a little more competitive, I'd probably be a lot more competitive than I am. I'm already pretty competitive. But anyway, somebody comes in next week, I'm going to upgrade you to the Dutch lap, no charge. But understand, when we do start selling, this is a big upgrade. This metal is really, really, it's nice. Next. All right, I thought I'd throw a couple of these pictures in here for you. This is a picture of the inside of the cabin. So if you see the outside, show the outside. That's the outside of the cabin. Overlooks a 4-acre pond. Okay? Now go inside. All right. Inside, it's full kitchenette. Next picture. Okay? It has a bedroom. Did you get the bathroom? You got a bathroom, shower, dishwasher, washer and dryer. Really nice, just to show you what you can do. You want to build you a camp? You want to build a mother-in-law a building? Whatever. I'm telling you, come see it. We have these. We build them to show them, and you're welcome to come visit because I can show you some things you can do with this with post frame. Now, agriculture-wise, let's just go straight down the line. Post frame versus metal buildings. In the market, in the national market, we control 23.9% of the market. Steel's 12. Stick frame is still probably up there, but we're coming. But look how much more residential versus steel. Multifamily, pretty even. Get to agriculture, no comparison. We're passing them up. Get to commercial, yep, they're there. They're ahead of us, but we're coming. And when you get to the average of all of it, post frame is beating them by 5%, and it's only going to go up, 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 up. It ain't going to stop right there. Okay? Okay, why post frame is better than red iron for a residence? Let's go with this. Okay. If you're going to build a residence, you're going to be working with wood, and you're going to stick frame in between the posts. But you're dealing with wood. You're going to build a wood building inside the metal building, the frame. It just doesn't make sense to build wood, two buildings. You're building two buildings. On top of that, this is stronger than that. Because look at the distance of your columns, look at the distance of your girts, your purlins. Folks, it's just no comparison. Your eyes tell you the truth. The problem with steel, those are going to start rusting. And if you close it in, how are you going to maintain that? Oh, we can maintain them bolts. Well, that's fine and dandy until I close up the wall. If I close up the wall for residence, how are you going to maintain that rust? How do you know what's going on? I remember this, I got this from Mr. Tackett. It's really one of the best charts. This is over a 2-year period of exposure. The steel, look at it. Galvanized, stainless. Oh, I use stainless. Well, you got problems there too. It's coming. Especially when you can't do any maintenance, like in a barnuminium. This is the craziest picture of them all. When Mr. Tackett came, he found this picture. It's the best picture that I think tells you why would you build a steel building and do this? It makes no sense, folks. I mean, that's a complete stick frame house under a metal roof. When you could have roofed that and put metal or composition, whatever you wanted, and all this was a waste of money. I mean, and on top of that, look at the space you're going to lose. So you're going to have to come flush because that thing, look, this thing runs usually tapered. So you got to get flush here, and you lose all this space. I mean, Chateau Rouge. I mean, when he showed that picture, I'd been looking for one of those. Folks, I don't know why y'all even considering steel when it comes to this. It just doesn't make any sense. And let me tell you something else. Even for your accessory building, you can always convert it into a camp, apartment, outdoor kitchen. But if you build a steel building, you're going to build another building inside, and then everything's going to be in conduit. You ain't going to be running no Romex. It's more expensive, and you're going to lose space inside your building. Okay, we got here. This is Mr. Tackett's. Yeah. But he's out. If you build a barnuminium, when Mr. Tackett came, he put on a presentation. It's probably the best presentation that you ought to watch if you're considering building a post-frame constructed building. He put together it's about a 2-hour show, but it's well worth listening so that you don't make a mistake, because he really laid it out. He's very capable about engineering but anyway, it was nice of him to do this, and we appreciate that. And thank you, Mr. Tackett. I see you on there right there. But hey, if you want to, before you buy any building, and you want to learn the ins and outs of a post frame constructed, how to do it based on what because that's what he's building. He took the time to break every piece of that thing down for you. It's about 2 hours. I won't say you're going to be there a while, but there's a lot of stuff to cover because you're getting ready to make a big investment. And you need to listen to that, to the things he's telling you that he's gone through. And it's going to help you have a smoother transition as you build it, from the permit process to everything. So I highly recommend that you watch that. Now, you know, if you want to buy a building and you want to go visit a building, all these people have built buildings from us. There's a lot more than that. But anyway, our ambassadors are in here. They will show you a building. They will get on the phone and talk to you about their building. They will tell you about their experience. So if you want to go see a building in your area, give us a call. We've got plenty of people that'll vouch for Mallett buildings. Then we go back to the investor special. I've been pushing this because, you know, I think the economy is getting ready to take off. I think it's going to be a good thing next year. I really do. And those of you who have money to invest, this is something you need to look at. If you have an RV, you're paying about $400 or $500 a month. You can buy this thing for $29,999. It's 20 feet wide. It's 50 feet long. It's got a 14 by 14 door. You take off Tiger, you get this built for $28,999. I'm going to get to the cost in a minute, but just remember that. Now, this is a 5-section. If you got a piece of land, because there's a lot of people with RVs, and most subdivisions will not let them keep their RVs. So these people are looking somewhere to put these $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 buses or $100,000 boats. Boat, RV storage right here, okay? For $125,000, this thing will be turnkeyed on your property. $125,000 ain't going to make you but maybe 4%. That's $6,000 a year. Okay? Let's go to the next one. If you got $250,000 and you got a piece of land, hey, do you a 10-bay unit? That's 10 bays, 10 walk-through doors. That's a 50 by 200. Turnkey, $250. Let me tell you why. Look at these numbers. You paying $500 a month with that single deal? It'll pay for itself in 5 years. Why do you want to give you money? Well, keep your money. Keep your money. But look, if you got some investment stuff, take the 5-bay. It pays for itself in 4 years, 2 months. You're going to generate $2,500 a month, which is about 30, let's see, what's 2, 12, that's 40, 24, $30,000 a year. All that $125,000 is going to make you $6,000 a year. And guess what? In 4 years, you got the $125,000 back. And now you got residual income of $2,500 a month coming in for as long as you own it. And you could turn around and you could sell it and get your money back, plus more than likely, because now you have established rental income coming in on these RVs and boats. If you go to the 10-bay, you're going to generate $5,000 a month, $60,000 a year. $250,000 is going to make, at 4%, it's going to make you about $11,000 or $12,000 a year. The deal with this is, in 4 years, 2 months, that 10-bay unit's paid for. You can turn around and sell it, make a profit, or you can keep it 4 or 5 years. It's paid for. You get your money back. Or you can keep it 5 more years and make another $125,000 or $60,000, make another $80,000. And it's not like renting apartments or houses. It's low maintenance, folks. It's the best. If you want to be in a residual income business, this is the ticket. And there's a big demand for it. Big, big, big. I'm telling you, big. All right. Here we go again. Remember, giving back to the community. We'll give $500 if you're in the military, if you're a healthcare worker, educator, first responder. Giving back to the community every week, every day. Not like some companies who come up with this, we're going to do one roof. No. Every day I want to help these people. Every day. But what I did this week is I doubled it to $1,000 if you're a veteran. Go back. Next week, I'm going to pick one of the others. He'll still get $500, but I'm going to get one of these $1,000. Giving back to the community. Giving back to the community every day, every day. 1,000. If you view our come live with me, you type in cash. That's worth $1,000 on the building for the week. What else you got? Our special for this month. It's a Thanksgiving special. $3,000 off any elite, $2,000 off a signature, $1,000 off a value. You type in, that's another $1,000. Yeah, just add $1,000. Nobody else is doing this. Nobody else is making deals like this. We're making the deals. Next. Price match, Southern Buildings and Barns, $3,000 right off the top, apples to apples. You can either get it taped, get it writing, or we're coming to you. It's your choice. Remember, you come in next week, you buy an Elite 30 by 50 or bigger, I'm going to upgrade you to the Dutch lap, no charge. This is what it comes with, and I think the main thing you must understand, 6-inch slab, 9-foot post spacing, 5-on-12 roof pitch, 3 truss spacing, 3 2x8 trusses. I can go down the line, there's so much stuff in this building. But folks, it's the best building in the business. Nobody can compete with us. All right, let's go over, when I see people do this, it's kind of like, well, let's tell everybody this is what we did this week. This week. I went to Jennings, where the veterans live, and where they, I forget what it's called. Beautiful facility, by the way. They called me. They just built a 3-acre pond. They wanted some help to stock the pond. I have ponds and I stock them. So I called my guy that stocks them and said, hey, man, I need to put 700 bass. It's 3. I said, what do you recommend? He said, 700 bass, and he said, 5,000 brick. Good deal. How much? $6,000. I said, let's book it. Drove down there, handed him the envelope. I said, hey, and I got to think, the one day that approached me was Jerry Tennyson, former state senator, very, very knowledgeable, very concerned about the veterans. And so he asked me, so I did that just this week. I went to McNeese, the tennis, they were having trouble. They're having a hard time raising money, so I bought 2 tables. That cost me $2,000. Then I went to the auction. I spent another $6,000. So I gave them $8,000. Educators, helping the local community. That's what we do at Mallett Buildings. Donated a building to the Avenue of Flags. This will be my second one, helping the veterans. We had, our man was here Friday. Ted Harless was here Friday. And he talked about his experience and what we did from the first time, and now we're building them nothing, and it's free. It's a total donation to help those veterans. And then the diamond sponsor for the Missile and Tow, which is the Junior League of Lake Charles. I gave them $10,000. So if we're going to start playing this game about who gives back to the community, there ain't no comparison there either. Just like they don't compare with my bills, they don't compare with that either. And I ask you to consider that. When you buy a building, you're looking at a building, the first thing I want you to consider is, do they give back to the community, and how much do they give back? Do they do it just every once in a while, or do they do it consistently? Because you can always count that some of the money you give up is going to go back to the community. And this is just 1 week. 1 week. And we're proud of that. We're very, very, very proud of that. I'm glad that, thank God that people support this business, because we couldn't do it without you. But those of you who are looking to build buildings, before you go to these other people, are they giving back to the community the way we give back to the community? It's only fair that we ask you to support us, because we're going to support you 100%. And we support a lot of causes and a lot of educators. And we do a lot. And we're proud of that. So please consider that when you're thinking about buying a building. Because Mallett Building not only builds the best building in the industry, we donate more than anybody in the industry, in our community. And we're proud of it. And we don't send our money out of state. That's a fact. But anyway, thank you all for listening. Let me see what I got here. Mr. Tackett, 8 years ago, he built a building, 50 by, they were $250,000. That's what I'm saying. It's the best deal in town. Okay. Yeah, go up. Will it go up? Okay, congratulations. Mr. Tackett got his permanent power today. Now the interior work starts. Keep sending us some pictures, Mr. Tackett, as the progress goes to show people. Go back up.
Miss Maxie is a vet, too. We learned that.
What?
Miss Maxie, she's a veteran as well.
Oh, okay. Well, great. Well, we got one more in here.
No, that's all the comments.
No, but Matt Broussard. I think Mr. Broussard, they were trying to, we knocked you had a pretty good sized building here. I talked to the guys when I came down, and they're going to give you that $1,000 Tiger cash. They waived the height adjustment for you, and we helped you on your stamp plans, and we were able to save you $5,000 on that value building, sir. We appreciate it. Get a hold of our guys. We'll try to get these deals done. We appreciate it. Once again, folks, look, thank you for listening. Hey, you want to buy a building? Come on live. I will make you a deal. Deal with the guy that can make the deal. Them salespeople at them other places can't make no deals. I can. And by speaking, and not just that, we're the best. We've been doing it for 26 years. We've got the best product. We've got the best people. Everything is the best. And remember, we give back to the community all the time. So look, thank y'all for listening. Hey, y'all have a nice night. I got to go to Baton Rouge in the morning, but I'll try to roll back in time. If not, I'll have to go live. But I'll probably make it back. Once again, thank y'all for listening. Call 337-515-2154. Hey, or call our building specialist at 337-214-0428. Once again, thank you for listening. I appreciate y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mallett Buildings, your trusted partner in post-frame construction. We are proud to offer you the highest quality structures, custom designed to meet your needs. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing superior craftsmanship, backed by years of experience and a commitment to excellence. Please take a moment to explore our innovative design options, competitive pricing, and unmatched customer service. Thank you for choosing Mallett Buildings, where we build stronger together. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mallett Buildings, your trusted partner in post-frame construction. We are proud to offer you the highest quality structures, custom designed to meet your needs. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing superior craftsmanship, backed by years of experience and a commitment to excellence. Please take a moment to explore our innovative design options, competitive pricing, and unmatched customer service. Thank you for choosing Mallett Buildings, where we build stronger together.
Tired of gimmicks and spooky tricks? At Mallett Buildings, we don't need to raise prices from the dead or play games with your budget, but we will gladly bury any high prices that come your way. At Mallett Buildings, we're committed to keeping things straightforward, matching any written quote from a competitor, and making sure high prices get buried once and for all. Mallett Buildings, built with trust. Tired of gimmicks and spooky tricks? At Mallett Buildings,
I'm Kevin Linderman, and I wanted to show you guys around my new Mallett Premium building. And one of the other things I wanted to talk to you about today was how impressed I was with Mallett as a company. I'm a pretty particular person, as you're probably going to be able to tell when you look at the inside of the shop, but I couldn't find one thing to complain about. All the crews showed up on time. They did exactly what was expected. They cleaned up after themselves. They finished in time, and I couldn't be more satisfied with the whole process. Mallett Building updated my text messages every so often. Mallett Building would text me the updates on what was going to happen next the whole time, kept me abreast of the latest developments. So I would give Mallett Buildings a 10 out of 10. One of the things that I was the most concerned about when I went to order my building was, is it going to be big enough? What size do I actually need? I ended up purchasing a 40 by 80, and the front 20 feet is the awning that you see. So the enclosed building is 40 by 60. And so come on, I'll show you around and you can see what actually fits in a 40 by 60. So I do different industrial steel projects. You can see I have a lot of big industrial equipment, and I have plenty of room to get around. I even have room to set things on the floor if I have a really large project that doesn't fit on the welding table. And then in this back corner over here is where I have all of the automotive. Wash my truck, put diesel exhaust fluid in. This is also where I keep my bolts and screws in this gray cabinet, and I decided to go with shop air. So I have 3/4 inch air running throughout the whole shop. This is my sharpening station if I need to sharpen a chainsaw or work on any small engines. And then you can see my wood shop is on this side over here. Now you can tell about how much better the metal side looks than the wood side. I'm more of a metal guy than a wood shop guy. Right here, I developed a paint booth because no matter what project I do, I'm gonna end up painting it at some point. And so this is air conditioned. There's double doors in case